In today's video, we're going to be working on multiplying and dividing inequalities and graphing them. On the right hand side, I have the note, when you multiply or divide by a negative number on both sides, you have to flip the inequality sign to the opposite sign. Okay, just keep that in mind when we're doing problem number 2. Okay, for number 1, we have 8x is less than 40. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, if this is multiplication, what's the opposite of multiplication is division. So whatever we do on one side, we'll also have to do it on the other side, okay? So this here will cancel and leave x by itself. So now we have x is less than 8 goes into 40 5 times. So that's going to be your answer. After that, we're going to go ahead and graph it. So when we graph it, okay, we can go ahead and start it with 0, 1, 2, and negative 3. We can start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're going to go ahead and always start on the number. So we go to 5 and look at it, and it's positive, so we're going to go ahead and start at 5. Now, is it going to be an open circle or closed circle? Every time you go ahead and do greater than or less than, it's always going to be an open circle, okay? Now, the question is, do we shade to the left or do we shade to the right, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to shade to the left. So anything right here, you're going to go ahead and shade, okay? So because if you put 4 here, you're saying 4 is less than 5, 3 is less than 5, and so on, okay? For number 2, we have number 2, you have negative 5x is greater than or equal to 15. So we're going to go ahead and divide by a negative 5. Whatever we do on one side, we have to do it on the other side as well. And this is where the rule comes in handy on the right hand side. When you multiply or divide by a negative number on both sides, you have to flip the inequality sign to the opposite sign, okay? So we have this is going to cancel, and it's going to leave us by x by itself. But since we divide it, we go ahead and flip the sign. So instead of being greater than or equal to, now it's going to be less than or equal to, and then we just go ahead and divide. Negative 5 goes into 15, negative 3. Okay? So that's going to be your answer. Then we're going to go ahead and graph it. And go ahead and graph it. We start with 0, and then we can go ahead and start with negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. You can go ahead and stop whenever you want to. But we're going to go ahead and start our number. So our number is negative 3. So we're going to go ahead and start here at negative 3. But remember, since it's remember when you have greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, you're going to have a closed circle, okay? Now, when you do that, do we shade to the left or are we going to shade to the right? And for this one, we're going to go ahead and shade to the left. So everything to your left is going to go ahead and be shaded, okay? And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Go ahead, like I always say, challenge yourself and try to solve problem number 3 and 4. So go ahead and press pause. Once you solve it, you can go ahead and press play and see if you got the same answer. And if you did a mistake, check where you did your mistake. Okay, so let's start with number 3. We have x divided by 3 is greater than 2. Okay, so to do that, if it's division, the opposite of division is going to be multiplication. So you're going to multiply by 3 over 1. So whatever we do on one side, you're going to do it on the other side, 3 over 1. So this is going to go ahead and cancel, and it's just going to leave us x is greater than 2 times 3 is 6 over 1, which is the same as 6. Okay, so then you can go ahead and graph it. Start with 0, you can do it with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, -2, -4, and so on. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start with 6, and it's an open circle or closed circle. Okay, remember it's gonna be open circle. Okay, so we're gonna start at 6, do open circle, and then we're gonna go ahead and shape to the left or to the right. Okay, hopefully you guys shade it to the right. Okay, because when you shade to the right, you're saying that 7 is greater than 6, 8 is greater than 6, 9, and so on. Okay, now for number 4, we have the same thing. X this divided by -4 is less than or equal to 1. So in this case, we're gonna go ahead and multiply as well by -4 for 1. Whatever we'll do on one side, you're gonna do it on the other side. So -4 over 1. This is gonna cancel, it's gonna leave us with x is less than or equal to, right? But remember, on the right hand side, when you multiply or divide by a negative number on both sides, you have to flip the inequality sign to the opposite sign. So it was as a less than or equal to, now it's going to become a greater than or equal to sign. And you just go ahead and multiply that. It's going to give you -4. Okay. Then after that, we're going to go ahead and graph it. Okay. So we go ahead and graph that. Start with 0, 2, 4, 6, -2, -4, and -6. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and start at -4. So we go to -4. Open or closed circle is gonna be closed circle. -4. Are we gonna shade to the left? Are we gonna shade to the right? Okay. Hopefully you guys shade it to your right. Okay. Why do we shade to the right? Because we're saying that -3 is greater than or equal to -4. 2 is greater than or equal to -4. Okay. If you're still having a little bit of problems with inequalities, I will put in some link down below on when to use your open circles and closed circles and how to graph inequalities. And once again, thank you for watching.